We saw about models, we saw about controllers. Now let's have a look about what is views all about in Phalcon. So Phalcon has views, which is a user interface, interacts with the user to show the appropriate response. So views are the information being presented to the end user, and it has been included in this folder, views folder. A view can be considered as a web page with the appropriate response to be displayed. The response is received through the controller, which interacts with the model which is there in this particular folder. And you can see that the response is actually interaction with the controller as well as the model, and the output is properly displayed in the view. Now, specifically in Phalcon, a view consists of a volt code. So that is why we can see over here there is an extension called .volt. So a volt code, PHP and HTML, and a special set of delimiters are available to enter in the volt code. So the volt code, how it looks. Let's check out for this index.volt code in the Phalcon. So this is the index.volt code which we can see it over here. It has some kind of the HTML file. The index folder also includes index.volt, which we, for now, in controllers chapter, we just commented out to check the output. So this is like the default page which gets loaded in, like whenever you call a particular project. The whole code is actually whatever you need to format it. It is being developed in this way, like curly braces, percentage, and whatever the value you need to do it. So that like dynamic values have been calculated with the help of these syntax. So this is nothing but is used to execute statements such as for loops and assign values and many more. If you need to print the results, so that is done with the help of double curly braces, and the value is included over here in between. So Phalcon includes two types of views you can see. So the first one is like .volt and the second one is .phtml. So let's understand the difference between them. What is this? Volt, if you remember in previous chapters, so volt is nothing but some kind of association with respect to the, you can say with respect to C language. So let's check out in our presentation. So I'll show you the difference between volt and .phtml. So this is the difference between them. So major differences have been listed over here. Volt file and .phtml file. So Volt extension is used when the template engine set up in the application and it is written in C. .phtml is used when the template engine is PHP itself, and it can be used as a standalone component. It cannot be used as a standalone component because .volt comes with a combination of C as well as PHP. Here views are compiled to the PHP codes. Now here .html file includes PHP code and it's itself a PHP file. So there is no need of compilation over here in the Phalcon framework. So these are the two different type of views. Any type of view can be used and be implemented as and when required. So now let's work on with a .volt file and understand how it has been. So first of all, like features of Volt file, I would like to mention again that is it is a template written in C language and it is considerably fast. Yes, if you compare with the .phtml files, it is considerably fast. It includes a set of highly integrated components which are very beneficial in Phalcon, and it can be used as a standalone component also. So Volt is compiled into pure PHP code. So if you check it out for our major file in NetBeans, so this is nothing but .volt file and it is triggered whenever you call a particular project. So let's go to localhost and I'll call for our project demo1. So this particular file has been called. So the page located is, it is given over here, the view, index and index.volt. So it is has something which is called as hierarchical rendering. What is hierarchical rendering all about? So views in Phalcon support hierarchical rendering, and Phalcon MVC view is used as a default rendering component. This component is uses PHP as a templating engine in comparison with the Volt files, which uses C language. These views should have .phtml extension. The default directories of the views for the given project consist of three files. So that is like action view, controller layout, and main layout. Let's go to our project. So this is my demo project. It includes index, which is like index.volt. Index.volt over here is the action layout. Why it is called as the action view? Because this view is called to execute a particular action. It is called when show action is being executed. Next come is the controller layout. The view is present inside the layouts folder, that is C drive, XAMPP, htdocs. Over here inside the views we have layouts. Layouts include some kind of associated thing over here. For now we don't have anything, but if you need to improve your look and feel, you can do it in the layout. So it includes a controller layout as well as a main layout. This particular layout invokes main action, and it will be shown for every controller or action with web application. So for now, again, I'm going to comment this particular file. So this is my changes which I did over here. So over here in index.volt, I'm going to work on or like play around to have an example like how it actually works with it. So let's start off. I'll just create a particular file that is over here. I'll just set a variable named fruit. So let's start off. I'll create a variable named fruits, that is set fruits equal to apple. So here is my different type of fruits which I'm going to include: apple, banana. Another important point, this variable is nothing but an array. So a developer can easily understand this. So it is an array which is to be presented over here. And the third one is orange. Okay, so I've created particular array over here. This is my syntax to be done. Next is in my index.volt will print whatever these fruits are there. So I'll just say include an h1 tag which says list of fruits. So it has this particular thing, that is ul. Again inside here I will include the logic as I mentioned earlier in this chapter. Whatever the logic is done, it's inside parenthesis and percentage sign. So for fruit in for fruit in fruits. So this is the for loop, for each loop which is used actually in array. So here it is just a for loop. For fruit and fruits, I'll just print say li, because I've used a ul tag. So I'll say li fruit e. This is nothing but specifying the indicator like which is to be printed. Each one of them will be printed over here. And I'll say over here as end for. Okay, so I've done with it. So this has been done. So let's go to our browser and check out what would be the output. So I'll again say localhost demo 1. Let's check if no error come out. Yes, now it has been printed properly. So this way a volt works. So if you have got a better picture over here, all the functionality is given inside this parenthesis and percentage sign. Other different type of tags is similar like that of the HTML tags, which is like ul, li, and many more. So your value has been printed properly over here. So it has been clearly visible. So this was regarding understanding of the views. So that's all for understanding the basic complete thing about model views and controllers in Phalcon. So let's move on to our next chapter. We'll start with a CRUD application. CRUD application is nothing but create, read, update, delete. So we'll create a database. So that is nothing but implying of creating a particular blog. So let's managing the blogs with the help of post and cat. So that let's start off with that in the next chapter.